If the court will recall, Your Honor, we previously sort of had the hearing.
Stepped out. She's with the restroom, probation officer. I don't know if she stepped out for just a minute.
Yeah, dark hair, everybody.
So yeah, it's in glasses.
Dark hair?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I know. Someone fall down here will be your last. So I think someone up down the furnaces.
While we are waiting, I received a while back this memo from the probation office. And it was, they wrote, it was suggested the defendant reimburse the family the cost of funeral services in the amount of $6,000. Has that been done?
Yes, that was paid at sentencing.
Okay. So we are here in the matter of Joseph Duncan in cause number 19-33323. Mr. Duncan was placed on probation in 2021 for accident involving death or serious bodily injuries. And this one is, in this case, the victim was killed in this event. And it is a second degree felony under Texas law. So the defendant has been on probation now. So for 4 years, over 4 years, you spent 180 days in the county jail as a condition of probation.
Yeah, so it is safety, Judge.
There was shock probation. But it says 180 days county jail. Did you do that actually?
He did, Judge. So he went in, he actually went to TDC. We brought him back. The court then placed him on probation and sent him to safety. And he sat in the county jail on his way to safety.
Okay. So you did like about 6 months in the county jail? More than that?
So with it all combined.
Yeah, I think he did about.
And then how long were you in
over a year.
How long were you in the substance abuse felony punishment facility? The safety.
6 months.
6 months.
Yes, sir.
All right. So a motion has been made for early termination of probation. And what says the statement?
Judge, I first of all objected to him getting shock probation. I wanted him in penitentiary, which is what I argued for the first time. And I'm still of the opinion that he needs to be held accountable for the whole term and not just, he has a prior probation on a misdemeanor that I think he had right before this offense. Since he went to safety, I think we need to keep a sharper, closer eye on him just to make sure that the full term that he stays clean and sober and everything's good. And I disagree.
Have you talked to the family about it?
I did not call the family on this because last time when I talked to him about the sentencing and when he got the probation, the shock probation, they were upset. I didn't want to upset them with the holidays with all this. And so I just did not call them about it. And that's probably my bad if the court thinks I should have. I just did not want to stir them up with this because this is right around the holidays. They don't need this extra stress in their life.
On probation, what does the probation office, can you update me on the status of probation, please?
As far as his inactive conditions, he's been doing those. We did do a UA Monday, I believe, which he tested negative. He is still working. He's doing all what he's supposed to.
Okay, what are there conditions of probation that are that he's working on that still yet to need to be completed?
No, sir.
Okay.
And just to be candid with the court, I think he's been on inactive probation for a little while. He's not reporting except for every now and then.
That is correct, Judge. And also, if I may remind the court, we actually had a pretty long, lengthy hearing on May 15th of this year, where the court heard a variety of issues. The probation department's position, the probation department had initially told him that they were fine with him seeking early discharge after 3 years, which is why we filed the motion at the 3-year mark. We then finally got a hearing with the court on May 15th. The probation department said that even though that was communicated to him, their position was they wanted to keep him on probation for another 6 months. And the court said, I'm inclined to grant the motion, but I am going to keep you on probation for another 6 months. And we reset this to this date. So just
How long has he been on inactive? Has he ever been on? Is he on an inactive status right now?
Yes, since January of this year.
Free.
Since January this year.
which is when the probation department initially said that they were fine with the early discharge. And again, we came to court on May 15th. We understood we had another 6 months. I told him, look, you got to continue to be an angel for the next 6 months. And he's paid everything. He's done everything. And the reason why this is so important, it's not just the motion for early discharge, Judge, but there's also a request further in there regarding judicial clemency. And it's because he has an exceptional job and he's trying to get promoted at that job. He has kids, small kids, a wife. He's trying to get promoted at that job and he's unable to do that with the status of the case as it currently is. And so, again, this was all gone over in great length at that May 15th hearing. And he's done everything he's supposed to do in the 6 months since then. And so we're asking the court to grant the motion.
Judge, as far as judicial clemency, with the way this offense went down and the way he lied to the police and tried to blame it on somebody that might have stolen his car, lied to him initially, just tried to hide the whole thing. And that's after he had had a probation before on misdemeanor charge. That just does not set well with, he's got a job, he's working. If they think he's good enough, they can work around that if they need to. I just don't think the clemency, even if you grant the early termination, it should be granted.
All right. What I'm going to do is the anniversary of this So he's been on probation for 4 years since April 21st of 21. Right.
So it's actually been on probation for 4.5 years.
4.5 years. And what I'm inclined to grant an early discharge from probation, but I'm reluctant to do it right now. I'm going to consider this. I want to reset it in 4 weeks. Okay. Come back in 4 weeks.
The problem with that, Judge, is, again, we were here May 15th and the court indicated that it was going to do it. The only issue was we were going to wait and go with the probation's request that we do this in 6 months. And so here we've come back. He has a promotion waiting for him at his job. He was hoping to be able to start with the new promotion in January. That job likely cannot keep that open, just continued and continued and continued. And I mean, he's done everything we've asked him to do. The probation department originally said we have no issue with your early termination after 3 years. We filed the motion in the 3 years. We come to this court May 15th. The court, we had a very lengthy hearing. I think we were here for 30 or 45 minutes. The court did research on the judicial clemency issue. We went back and forth. The probation department said, look, we're fine with the early discharge. That was the recommendation of the department, but we want another 6 months. We're back here in another 6 months and we're delaying it again. Meanwhile, I mean, the loss of the promotion to him is significant financial sacrifice. And I just hate to keep delaying this, and then he loses that potential promotion, and I just think it's unfair. The court gave the complete indication in that May 15th hearing that it was going to grant this.
And I can appreciate your position. What I can't help but worry about and be concerned about is the victim is dead forever. How important is that? The loss of a life. And I want the family.
Yes, sir.
I want to know how the family.
Yes, sir. I'll be glad to contact them.
About an early discharge too.
Yes, sir.
As long as they're satisfied, because it's not only justice for defendant and his rights, but victims want to feel like the system was fair to them. And I don't know what they say.
I'll contact them, Judge. I have no problem with that. I just didn't want to do it.
I'm going to stand by my word. I granted him something that is unusual in the first place. I don't remember any time before in my career allowing somebody to be placed on a case like this where there was a loss of life to be in a position for probation that is now in a not only did we suspend, but the actual placement in custody was the least I've ever allowed on my watch. But it's because I thought the circumstances of the way the defendant was handling his problem needed to have some relief for him. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And he's doing well, and I reward people for doing well. I'd like to hear what the family has to say about this, but at the end, it's my decision. I'd like to know if there's anything else the family feels like they need from me or the state or from the defendant so that everybody can move on with their life.
Yes, sir. I'll contact them.
And maybe there is something that they're thinking about. But when it comes to a loss of life like this, and I'd like the family to at least feel that the court was sensitive to their concerns and their needs. I don't see any demands of them here that are being requested. But if there's something else, because when I terminate this, it's done. It's terminated. And if there's something else that they felt like the defendant needed to do to resolve their loss in some way that's reasonable, then I'd like to accommodate them.
Yes,
just for human decency.
I'll contact them, Judge.
What will those accommodations be, Judge?
I don't know. I don't want to see. I don't know. I want to see if there's anything that they have that we're missing here, because I'm going to be terminating this. And once it's terminated, if they said, well, we want if they wanted, or there was something else that was needed to close this chapter somehow. Did you know of anything that the victims had ever said from probation about anything else? Restitution had been paid, and was there anything else that from the state? That
was there anything else requested, Judge, that I know of? I do want to get I will get their input as to whether there's anything they can think of, but I don't think there's going to be just as far as restitution. portions or something that we need to do. I
Can you
think
get
that,
back with me?
but I would, yes, sir. I can get back with you in a week.
Compensated by his insurance company. And in order to.
Can you get back with me in a week?
We paid the additional restitution for the funeral that had already been settled by the insurance company, just as a gesture of trying to do that. And
It doesn't hurt to give it one more week to let them
I mean,
give me input on if there's anything else.
another week or another
1
month?
week.
Oh, 1 week. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him. I'll get a hold of him.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so we come back next week?
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.